So we've talked about the picture books. Now we're going to talk about the readers. The first is Young Cam Jansen and the Library Mystery by David Adler, illustrated by Susanna Natty. The Cam Jansen books were some of my favorites as a child, and they've expanded into a younger audience with the Young Cam Jansen series. This book is a level 2 reader recommended for, say, kindergarten to 2nd grade, kids who are starting to read on their own. But you might need to read with them a little bit because there are quite a few words on a page, but they're simple words. In this one, Cam, her friend Eric, and her dad go to the library and then go to the grocery store, and Cam's dad loses his shopping list. The whole premise of Cam Jansen is that she has a photographic memory, and here they make use of it to figure out where her dad's list is. I like that one, but the library is only part of the story. Next up we have Stuart at the Library, a Stuart Little book, written by Susan Hill and illustrated by Lydia Halverson. So Stuart goes to the library and he meets the library owl, Bookworm, which is a kind of library animal I've never heard of, but kind of want. And he falls asleep only to discover Bookworm's terrible secret. He can't read. Bookworm, the library owl, can't read. But I'm sure you can guess that Stuart's gonna help Bookworm. It's real cute, and there's unexpected friendship. Next we have Franklin's Library Book. You'll have to forgive me for reading from it, but there's a lot of names here. This story was written by Sharon Jennings, and it's illustrated by Celeste Gagnon, Sean Jeffrey, Sasha McIntyre, and Laura Vegas. This is a level 2 reader for kids who can read with help, so about the same as the Cam Jansen and a little bit harder than the Stuart Little. If you're anywhere near my age, you probably saw the Franklin show on TV when we were kids. And the Franklin books are mostly based on Franklin episodes. So it might be a nice idea to read the book and then watch the episode and see how it translates from book to screen. But that's just my idea. You don't have to do it. In this one, Franklin gets a book out of the library, and then the next day, he can't find it. So he has to think and think and think and think where he might have left it. And he finds it, but not quite where he expected. It's also real cute, and it's a story about fun and books and friendship. The next book is Library Bear by Bob Reese. This book doesn't have a level 1, 2, or 3 like those books did, but instead it's a 10-word book. So the book only has 10 words in it. 4 of them are, where do we find? Because the premise of this book is this bear, the library bear, asking where do we find different topics, like money. And the answer at the end is in books. So it's good for early readers because it's a small number of words and a lot of them are repeated. It's also just cute. The last book is probably my favorite of the readers. Daniel Visits the Library. This is a Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood book based on a story that came in the Daniel Tiger show. Now, the wording in here on who wrote this is a little bit unclear to me, so it says, adapted by Maggie Testa, based on the screenplay Calm for Storytime written by Wendy Harris, and it says poses and layouts by Jason Fruchter. So I imagine he's the one who did, this stuff. It's a pre-level 1 book, which means it's more shared reading than reading on their own. Another great thing about books that are based on kids' TV shows is that the kids are already familiar with the characters. Like, they know that's Daniel, they know that's Prince Wednesday. And so when they're trying to read it, and they see something that isn't familiar, you can see that's Prince Wednesday, and you can point out to them, Prince Wednesday. So this book is about Daniel going to story time at the library with his buddies, and how excited he is for it, and all the things that happen at story time. One of the things that I like about this book is that it has a scene where Daniel and his dad are on the trolley, and the trolley won't move unless Daniel is calm, but Daniel is so excited. So his dad teaches him a method of calming himself down, where he gives himself a squeeze, takes a deep breath in, and then lets it out. Specifically, he says, give a squeeze nice and slow, take a deep breath, and let it go. Now, I've only seen a couple of episodes of Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, just happened to be on PBS. I'm not like watching children's shows. So I don't know if that's something that makes a recurring appearance, but I think it's great to be able to teach kids something like self-soothing. I think that scene really adds something to this book because it's a book about a library and it's a book about excitement for going to the library, but it also teaches a method of self-soothing, which a lot of kids really need. I know I did. I was a very excited child. So that's all I've got. There's 10 books for your younglings about libraries. 5 you can read to them, and 5 you can read with them. I've never made a video about children's books before, but tell me if that's something you're interested in. Maybe I'll make some more. I hope you're well. Bye.